If you are looking for OCI certification, then you are at right place. Myself, Oracle, AWS and Azure Certified Associate and Microsoft Certified Trainer. In this channel, I am publishing all types of cloud certification videos, job interview questions and many more content to upskill your IT career. So if you are interested in this topic, please subscribe the channel so that you would get more free resources like this. Question 1. In the Autonomous Database Dedicated Service, what does the fleet administrator use to control OCPU utilization? And the options are A. Oracle Machine Learning Notebook, B. Compartment quotas, C. SQL Developer Web Console, and D. Resource Manager Settings. Now analyze the options. Option A. Oracle Machine Learning Notebook is irrelevant. It does not have any relation with controlling OCPU utilization. So this is incorrect. As per OCI doc, you can use compartment quotas to control how autonomous database OCPU and storage resources are allocated to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compartments. You can use compartment quota policy statement to control OCPU and storage resources by both workload type and Exadata infrastructure type. So compartment quotas is correct. Option C, SQL Developer Web Console, is incorrect as you can't control OCPU utilization from here. Option D, Resource Manager Setting, is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 1 is option B. Question 2. Which statement is not correct when the autonomous database is stopped? And the options are A. In-flight transactions queries are stopped, B. Tools are no longer able to connect to a stopped instance, C. User with DW role can still access the database, and D. CPU billing is halted. When an autonomous database instance is stopped, the following details apply. Tools are no longer able to connect to a stopped instance. Autonomous database in-flight transaction and queries are stopped. Autonomous database CPU billing is halted. Point to be noted, we have to select which is not correct. Option A, in-flight transaction queries are stopped. Yes, when the autonomous database is stopped, in-flight transaction queries are also stopped. So this is incorrect choice. Option B, tools are no longer able to connect to a stopped instance. This also happened when we stop autonomous database. So this is also incorrect. Option C, user with DW role can still access the database. No, they cannot access, as we have to choose the incorrect statement, hence this is correct. Option D, CPU billing is halted. Yes, this is true for stop autonomous database. So this is incorrect choice. So the correct option for question 2 is option C. Question 3. According to Oracle documentation, what is the best practice when planning and instituting access control for your autonomous dedicated environment regarding subnets, compartments and user groups? And the options are A. Create at least 2 of each resource, B. Only one subnet and one compartment are allowed, multiple groups highly advised, C. Only one of each is allowed to be allocated per environment, and D. Create a separate VCN that contains only public subnets. As per the best practice, we need to create a separate VCN that contains only private subnets. Create at least 2 subnets. Also, we need to create at least 2 compartments. And lastly, create at least 2 groups. Coming back to the question, option A is true. As per OCI best practice, we need to create at least 2 subnets, 2 compartments, 2 groups, etc. So this is correct. Option B, only one subnet and one compartment are allowed. Multiple groups highly advised. No, it allows more than one, and as per best practice, we should consider creating at least 2 resources. So this is incorrect. Option C, only one of each is allowed to be allocated per environment. No, it allows more than one. So incorrect choice. Option D, create a separate VCN that contains only public subnet. Actually, it should be reversed. We need to create a separate VCN that contains only private subnets, not public subnet. So this is incorrect choice. So the correct option for question 3 is option A. Question 4. How do you change the table space quota for a user, ADB user, on autonomous database on shared infrastructure. And the options are A. Execute altered tablespace data set quota equal to 10G. B. Execute altered tablespace for user ADB user tablespace data quota equal to 10G. C. Execute DBMS cloud admin dot grant tablespace quota username ADB user tablespace quota unlimited. And D. Execute altered user ADB quota unlimited on tablespace data. To set the tablespace quota for a user, you need to specify two attributes. One is username and another is tablespace quota. In username, you have to provide the username, and in tablespace quota, you have to specify the amount you want to assign. If you are not sure, you can specify as unlimited. Option A. Execute altered tablespace data set quota equal to 10G. This is invalid command, and it does not contain the required two attributes, so incorrect. Option B. Execute altered tablespace for user ADB user tablespace data quota equal to 10G. This is also invalid command, so incorrect. Option C is correct command. We saw we can also mention unlimited in tablespace quota, so this is correct. Option D. Execute alter user ADB user quota unlimited on tablespace data. This is also invalid command, so incorrect choice. So the correct option for question 4 is option C. Question 5. Which statement is true about connecting an OCI compute instance to a shared autonomous database? And the options are A. A private endpoint is required to connect to the shared autonomous database. B. The autonomous database must belong to a network security group. C. The autonomous database must be in the same VCN and subnet as the compute instance. D. The OCI compute instance can be used with an always free autonomous database account. And E. The autonomous compute instance does not support connecting to a shared autonomous database. Let's analyze the options. The use of private endpoint is entirely optional in always free. This scenario eliminates option A and option B. If an instance has network connectivity, then it does not need to be on the same VCN. So this rules out option C. So this is also incorrect. Option D. The OCI compute instance can be used with an always free autonomous database account. If an instance has Oracle client installed, then this is possible and most accurate. So this is correct. Option E. The OCI compute instance does not support connecting to a shared autonomous database. No, this does support. So incorrect choice. So the correct option for question 5 is option D. Question 6. Which two options are available to restore an autonomous data warehouse? And the options are A. Select the snapshot of the backup. B. Select the backup from which restore needs to be done. C. Backup and recovery must be done using Recovery Manager. D. Select the archived redo logs. And D. Specify the point in time to restore. You can restore autonomous database from backup and also using point in time restore feature. You could also use restore autonomous database API for this. Option A. Select the snapshot of the backup. No, from snapshot you can't. So this is incorrect. Option B. Select the backup from which restore needs to be done. Yes, this is correct. We can also use API. Option C. Using RMAN. No, this is also incorrect. Option D. Select the archived redo logs. No, wrong. We can't. Option E. Specify the point in time timestamp to restore. Yes, we can use this feature. So this is correct choice. For the detailed steps, refer the OCI doc I have just shown. We'll also mention all these documentation links in the description. Question 7. Which statement is correct about the service console in an autonomous database? And the options are A. You can use service console to enable or disable auto-scaling of autonomous DB. B. You can use service console to manage runaway SQL statement on autonomous database. C. You can use service console to move autonomous database between compartments. D. You can use service console to create manual backup of autonomous database. Let's analyze the options. Option A. You can use service console to enable or disable auto-scaling of autonomous database. This is incorrect. You need to use detail page for enabling or disabling auto-scaling of autonomous database. Option B, you can use Service Console to manage runaway SQL statement on autonomous database. Yes, this is correct. Let's see the steps. From Service Console, you need to click Administration, then set Resource Management Rules. Select the customer group, then set runaway criteria values and save changes. Option C, move autonomous database between compartments. No, we can do this from detail page. Service Console is not needed for this. So this is incorrect. Option D, create manual backup of autonomous database. Same as above, we can do this from detail page. So this is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 7 is option B. Question 8. Which autonomous database cloud service ignores hint in SQL statement by default? And the options are A. Autonomous transaction processing, B. Autonomous data warehouse, C. Neither service ignores hint by default, and D. Both services ignores hint by default. Now analyze the options. Option A. Autonomous transaction processing or ATP. No, ATP won't ignore hints, so this is incorrect. Option B. Autonomous data warehouse. Yes, autonomous data warehouse ignores hints in SQL statement by default. In OCI doc, it is mentioned autonomous database with data warehouse ignores optimizer hints and parallel hints in SQL statement by default. So option B is correct. Option C, neither services ignores hint by default. This is incorrect, as autonomous data warehouse does ignore hints by default. Option D, both services ignore hints by default. No, ATP does not ignore hint by default, so this is incorrect. Question 9. You are the admin of an autonomous database instance and a new developer has requested a new workspace in Apex. What statement describes the step to provide the developer a new workspace in Apex? And the options are A. Create a new developer account, B. Access the Apex administration services and create the workspace for the developer, C. Create a database user with the Apex role, and D. Create an IDCS user with the Apex role. Let's analyze the options. Option A. Create a new developer account. This is incorrect. Option B. Access the Apex administration services and create the workspace for the developer. This is correct. In this OCI doc, the steps are mentioned in detail. You can go through these steps if you are interested. Have mentioned this link in the description box. Option C. Create a database user with the Apex role. Only creating user won't work. You have to create workspace. So this is incorrect. Option D. Create an IDCS user with the Apex role. This is also incorrect. So the correct answer for question 9 is option B. Question 10. Which method will not permit you to change the database admin password of an autonomous database on shared infrastructure? And the options are A. OS command line from the database server, B. OCI CLI, C. Admin page of the Cloud Service Console, and D. SQL developer. Remember, we have to select which is not. Let's analyze the options. Remember, we have to select which is not. Option A. OS command line from the database server. OS command line is used for OS specific queries, so we can't use this. So correct choice. Option B is incorrect, as OCI CLI can be used for this. Option C is also incorrect, as admin page of the Cloud Service Console can be used. Option D, SQL developer is also can be used. So incorrect choice. So the correct option for question 10 is option A. Question 11. While autonomous transaction processing and autonomous data warehouse use the same Oracle database, which statement is true about the workloads? And the options are A. Autonomous transaction processing memory usage optimizes workload for parallel joins and aggregations. B. Autonomous data warehouse workload are optimized for mixed workloads. C. Autonomous transaction processing workloads are optimized for data warehouse, data mart and data lake. D. Data that is bulk loaded by default use the row format in autonomous transaction processing, where autonomous data warehouse data format is columnar. First, see few characteristic differences between ADW and ATP. ADW designed for parallel joins and aggregations, whereas ATP designed for mixed workloads. ADW optimized for data warehouse, data lake and data mart. Data format for ATP is row-wise, whereas data format for ADW is columnar. So based on this, let's analyze the options. Option A, autonomous transaction processing memory usage optimizes the workload for parallel joins and aggregations. This characteristics is for ADW, not ATP, so incorrect. Option B, autonomous data warehouse workloads are optimized for mixed workload. No, ATP is designed for mixed workload, not ADW, so this is also incorrect. Option C, autonomous transaction processing workloads are optimized for data warehouse, data mart and data lake. No, ADW is optimized for data warehouse, data mart and data lake, not ATP. So this is also incorrect. Option D, data that is bulk loaded by default uses the row format in autonomous transaction processing, where autonomous data warehouse data format is columnar. This is correct statement. ATP is row format and ADW is columnar. So this is correct. So the correct option for question 11 is option D. Question 12. What are two differentiators of Oracle Autonomous Database Dedicated Infrastructure? And the options are A. User have OS access to the database machine. B. It offers greater control and isolation starting at the Exadata cloud infrastructure level. C. User can customize the OS stack and add additional packages. D. User have sys privileges in the database. And E. User can customize the maintenance schedule. You can set maintenance window for an autonomous Exadata infrastructure resource when you create it, or you can set or change it later. So it provides greater control and you can also customize the maintenance schedule. Option A, users have OS access to the database machine. No, this is invalid. Users don't have this. Option B, it offers greater control and isolation starting at the Exadata cloud infrastructure level. Yes, this is true. We saw this, hence correct. Option C, user can customize the OS stack and add additional packages. No, user cannot customize OS stack. So incorrect choice. Option D, user have sys privileges in the database. No, user don't have sys privileges. So it is also incorrect. Option E, user can customize the maintenance schedule. This is correct statement, hence correct. So the correct options for question 12 are option B and E. Question 13. Which database action tool is used to get information about the entries on your Oracle Autonomous Database and to see the effect that changing an object has an other object? And the options are A. Data load, B. Catalog, C. JSON and D. Data insight. Data load. Select data from your local computer, from tables in other databases or from cloud storage, and then add the data to new or existing tables or views in or link to the data from your Oracle Autonomous Database. Data catalog. Data catalog helps to get information about entries in your Oracle Autonomous Database and to see the effect that changing an object has on other objects. And data insight. Data insight crawl over business model and discovers hidden pattern, anomalies and outlier in your data. Option A, data load. Data load is used for loading the data into autonomous database from other sources. So this is incorrect choice. Option B, catalog. Yes, this is correct. This helps to get the information. Option C, JSON. This is irrelevant, hence incorrect. Option D, data insight. Data insights helps in crawling. So this is also incorrect. So the correct option for question 13 is option B. You are the admin user of an autonomous database instance. A new business analyst has joined the team and would like to explore the autonomous database tables using SQL Developer Web. What steps do you need to take? And the options are A. Create an IDCS user. Create a database user with connect, resource and object privileges. B. Create a database user with default privileges. C. Create a database user with connect, resource and object privileges. D. Create a database user, enable the schema to use SQL Developer and provide the user with user specific modified URL. Now analyze the options. Option A is incomplete as you need to perform more steps like provide the schema access, share the modified URL, etc. So this is incorrect. Option B, create a database user with the default privileges. This is incorrect too. With default privileges, it won't work. C. Create a database user with connect, resource and object privileges. This is also incorrect. Option D is correct. You need to create user, enable schema and then share user specific URL. All the steps you need to perform is mentioned in detail here. You can go through if you need to know more. Question 15. Which statement is false for Oracle DataSafe? And the options are A. Oracle DataSafe helps you assess the security of your cloud database configurations by analyzing database configurations. B. Oracle DataSafe evaluates user types, how users are authenticated, and the password policies assigned to each user. C. Oracle DataSafe only supports autonomous databases. And D. Oracle DataSafe helps you find sensitive data in your database by inspecting the actual data in your database and the data dictionary. Let's analyze the options. Option A is incorrect choice, as Oracle DataSafe helps this and as we have to select the false statement, this is incorrect. Option B, Oracle DataSafe evaluates user types, how users are authenticated and the password policies assigned to each user. This is also true for Oracle DataSafe, so incorrect choice. Option C, Oracle DataSafe only supports autonomous database. No, this is invalid statement. Oracle DataSafe supports multiple databases. Here in the DataSafe FAQ, you can see it does support multiple databases like on-premise databases, autonomous databases, accelerated DB system and many more. So option C is invalid statement, so correct choice. Option D is valid statement, so incorrect choice. The correct option for question 15 is option C. Congratulations, we are at end of the video. Have discussed many questions which will help you in your exam preparation. Check other videos already available in this channel to get more questions. Hope you have learned a lot, so please like the video, subscribe the channel and share with others. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.